Welcome back to How I Met My Brother podcast. My name is Jacob Cody. This is my co-host extraordinaire, Jeffrey Warchalik. How are you today, Jeff?
Well, pal, I am fantastic. I just had one of the best weekends of my life. Thank you to you.
Yes, we just got back from a fantastic bachelor party weekend where Jeff didn't know this at first, but we went to Vermont.
Total surprise.
Had a great time. Let's go over a little recap. Tell everyone what we did.
So you guys showed up on Friday morning. We went to the Shinnecock Golf Course in Groton, which is a really nice golf course. I played awful.
Played 18.
Yep,
I played decent on the front 9.
Yeah, you guys actually played okay, but then I was
David Jr. and I.
Yes.
Shout out David Jr. again. It's an episode. Every episode, it's got to be a shout out to David Jr.
Yep. And then so I was with my brother Norm, my dad, and Jess's dad, and then you had Alex and Ricky in your foursome, right?
Yep. The classic.
You guys actually didn't do so bad, and Alex, it was his first time playing.
His first time playing. He didn't play super good, but that's first time.
It's
but
golf, right?
He hit it pretty straight sometimes, so that was good. But I played good in the front 9 and the back 9, not so great. We just kind of, and then this Ranger comes out. So we're on hole probably at this point 12. We're in the back 9, and he comes up to us. We're playing. My foursome is playing right behind Jeff in his foursome.
Yep.
And they're on the green putting. We already took our drive, so we're waiting in the middle of the fairway to hit. But we're not waiting that long. We had just gotten to our ball. They were putting, and they're about to finish. But they're still on the green, and this Ranger comes up to me, and he's like, hey, you guys need to speed it up a little bit. There's people behind you. And I was like, dude, what do you want me to do?
Yeah.
There's people on the green. I can't hit the ball right now. And then he just followed us for 4 holes, and hounded us. It was really annoying.
Well, once we got to 15 or 16 over there, it's on the coast. So on 16, 17, 15, 16, 17 are water holes.
Yeah. It's pretty sweet.
I think the Ranger got to my group at 15. And he got up to us and he was like, you guys really need to pick up the pace here. He's an older guy. He's probably 90.
What a joker.
Kind of a grumpy old man. And I'm like, well, sir, behind us they're playing best ball. So that's why they're having to hold off for a little bit, which is something else. You guys started to play best ball in the back.
Yeah.
So you guys were catching up
Well, because he was telling us to speed up.
Yeah.
And we were also, not playing well. So we were let's play a little scramble here.
Yeah. And the guy, he was like, I know what they're doing, but I don't care. You guys need to pick up the pace. And I was like, okay, well, let me get to the tee box in my shot then. And he was like, don't give me no lip, boy, or something like that.
You said that too?
It was something ridiculous.
Man, this guy's going in on you.
He didn't say, "Don't give me no lip, boy." I don't think he called me boy. we might have scrapped a little bit.
Yeah, that might have been.
That was an exaggeration.
That might have been fighting words right there.
Yeah, he said something though, and I was like, "Okay, got it. I'm gonna go hit my tee shot now." And he was like, and he drove his cart away.
He was so. David Jr. and I were in the cart together, and we weren't furious, but we were just annoyed because what did we do? He kept telling us to speed up, and David was like, okay, you can keep telling us that until you're blue in the face, but we can't go anywhere. What are we supposed to do, bro? We were just not having it.
And the other thing though is it was our 2 foursomes back to back. We had tee times booked right next to one another. And then behind you guys was a twosome, so obviously they're going to be faster than the foursome. And then after that, there were 2 holes with no one on them. It's not even like we were holding up the whole course.
Yeah, no, it was not bad, but they over-exaggerated.
And what did he say about the cart path when you guys were on at the tee?
Yeah, so then I'm sitting, so he pulls up to us and he's following us at this point. He literally followed us from the hole before, and he's behind us, so when I see him behind me, I pull off a little bit to the left, and I'm half on the cart path, half on the grass.
Mm-hmm.
And he comes up and he's like, hey, don't park on the grass. You need to park on the cart path. That's what it's for. And I was like, okay, I was trying to let you go by me because, like, are you going to sit there and watch us, like, tee off? Like,
Yeah.
this is not cool. And so then I was like, whatever. So then I pull onto the car path, and then he has to get around me. So he drives on the grass, and I'm like, what did this accomplish? I gave you room, you know?
That's what I was going to say, because every hole, it's like we watched him drive, like, 10 feet off the green.
Yeah.
Where there's no car sign. So, like, what's the point?
Yeah.
The weirdest thing was, though, after the round, we see him, and he's, like, the nicest guy.
I didn't see him.
Oh, David Jr. and I saw
Yeah,
him.
what a clown.
And he was just like, all right, thanks so much, guys. Hope you guys had a nice day and come back soon or whatever. And I was like,
no, we're not going back there.
no, we're not going back. No, we're not playing.
It's
Shenectady.
Shenectady Town Fair Tire. We hate them. Back to back.
So
They
on the hit list, we have Josh from Town Fair Tire, and we have this old Ranger.
You know, the Ranger, I feel like his name's Gus.
It's Gus or Bob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's something 3 letters for sure. 3-letter name. Gus, Bob from Shenectady. If you're watching this, you're on our hit list.
You're invited to the Town Fair Tire Friday night fight with Josh and Jake.
Bare knuckle fighting. You can be our undercard for that.
Oh man.
But yeah, so we golfed. It was other than that, it was a good time. We didn't play that well, but it was fun to get out there with the boys.
It was a great time. I was excited because I started off the round birdie.
I know.
And so I was like, oh man.
And when you
this is
text me
gonna be a
birdie,
big
I
day.
was like, oh, there he goes. And then it was a double bogey. And
Yeah, it was like double bogey, double.
down.
And then
drain, but
yeah, I had like the birdie and then I think 2 pars on the front and the rest were bogey or worse. So it was a really bad front.
I had mine was like either really like so I parred 4 holes on the front, and then
It's pretty good.
I think 1 bogey and then the rest were double or something like that. So I played decent. It was either I played good or I played like bad. Like it wasn't just like bogey ball.
Yeah,
It was
where
either
you're, like,
par
playing
or
decent.
like double. You know.
I feel you. Yeah, and then on the back 9, I was like, all right, new game, totally new round of golf right here. I go off and I par 10. I'm like, all right, this is gonna be good. We're gonna turn it around. I think I doubled, and then I actually started to play.
Same
pretty,
trend.
Yeah, I started to play pretty good after that. I was probably on the back. Maybe I was like 4 over through 6 holes or something, which isn't terrible.
That's not bad.
Not great, but not bad.
Yeah.
Considering how bad the front 9 was. And then, you know, on that par 4, where the next hole is a par 3 that's like on the road with an elevated green.
Yeah.
We were all doing our tee shots, only like 100 yards or whatever, so it's like a 54-degree wedge for me. And you're like, you caught up to us, so you're like, go Jeff!
Yeah, I remember this.
And then I
Gotta hype up my boys, you know?
I was like, oh yeah, man, I'm gonna stick this thing within like 5 feet. And I'm like super confident. I, take my backswing, come down, I chunk it so bad, and I tomahawked the wedge into the tee box. I was so I lost my mind.
David Jr. told me that. I was like, oh no.
Oh, he saw it, yeah.
Yeah, he saw it. I looked
you guys
away
all
because I
saw
think I was taking my shot on the hole before, but.
And then you guys were like, how's it going or whatever. Somebody said that because they didn't see, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna kill myself later. How was it for you guys?
Yeah, you were a bit frustrated, but it's okay.
I was losing my mind, but I started.
But we had a good
pretty
time.
Good. We had a great time.
Great time.
Didn't play bad.
And then
for part of it, and then we did probably the highlight of the weekend for me.
yeah, it was bringing Jeff back to his glory days.
Yeah.
Brought him to the supercharged go-kart racing.
Yeah.
Where I proceeded to post 7th place, 9th place, and 10th place out of 10. So not a great showing for me, but Jeff raced pretty well.
I was
A little rusty.
top 3, all 3 races, I believe. I was a little bit.
Yeah,
Norm
you were
killed
4.
It.
When Norm was 3, you were 4. Norm went
So I
1-3-1.
Oh, so I was 3-4-3.
Yeah.
Is what happened. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So I wasn't.
But
top 3.
still, top
I
4
did all right.
every race.
And then like 2 out of the 3 races, the top 3 carts were separated by like 0.3 of a second or 0.2 of a second, so it was actually really close.
It's good. We got some pizza. It was a good time.
Yeah. That was a lot of fun, but it sounds like the boys got some concussions apparently.
Yeah. No, pretty close. Norm like slammed me one time, and I like whipped back. I was like, whoa.
I got David Jr. and Ricky pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. Jeff and Norm, they're showing us the ropes. They're like, oh, you gotta wiggle it, get the tires hot, get them nice and melted, and then yeah. And I was like, oh, okay. And yeah, so they would pass us a lot.
Now first or last, baby.
Yeah, that's shake and bake, baby.
And they were also half off, so I thought that was sick. So it was like,
yeah, Fridays are I planned that.
Did you really?
Yeah.
You knew that was gonna happen?
I knew that because I went there on a Friday once and it was half off, and I was like, this would be good because it's a fun activity that you would like.
Oh, I loved it.
But also not too hard on the wallet, you know.
No, that was like fairly inexpensive for what it was.
For the boys, we paid for you, but for the boys, I
didn't-
didn't want it to be too bad. So
Yeah, I didn't pay for a single thing. It was
good.
nice, but I honestly I felt like you guys were like pimping me out or something.
yeah,
Like I was your little slave or whatever.
because we kept paying for you.
Yeah. I was like, well, now I have to do anything they want me to do.
Yep.
I guess that's how this goes.
Yep.
Felt like I was being human trafficked or something.
not even close. Not even close.
No, it was amazing. Great weekend. So then we drove up. I didn't know where we were going. So we were in Waterford. And we drove all the way up to Vermont, which is like 2 hours and 45 minutes or something.
220.
220? Really? That's not that.
Yeah, 220.
That's not that bad actually.
220 because we were like in the middle of the state, so we didn't have to go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't call that the middle of the state, but.
I mean, we had to go up the middle of the state. I'm saying.
Oh,
and we were
okay,
closer
yeah.
in the middle. We went up through Springfield.
Yeah, we were in the corner, like southeastern Connecticut. We went up 395 to hit 2, up to 384 to 84 to 91.
Yeah, we were more west than your house. So, like, it was farther away, but closer to where we needed to go.
Yeah, perhaps a little closer to the highway helps.
Yeah. So, anyways.
We stopped at the Chick-fil-A.
Stopped at some Chick-fil-A, got that. Got pretty bloated.
Yeah, you guys got milkshakes. I knew better.
Yeah. Yeah, and then we had a pretty fun weekend in Vermont. We should hit some of the highlights there.
Yeah, so the cabin.
It was a nice cabin.
It was really nice. There were some
creepy
parts of it, so like
I got used to it pretty quickly though.
Yeah, the crawl space in the basement where the floor opens up and there's a ladder to
that's straight out of Saw.
A Fieldstone basement.
It was like especially
totally dark.
And it was like there was a lot of room down there, so someone could have been down there. We just
Well, supposedly Emilio lives down there.
Emilio. Yeah, somebody.
Yeah, and then like I thought the picture of our room, the bed that we shared.
Yeah, we shared a bed.
I thought that was a little bit creepy. The headboard, the dollhouse and whatnot.
The pictures, you know, they take these bright pictures, and it makes everything look like just so home and cozy.
Yeah, out of magazine.
And then like the dull light from like the ceiling fan that was on just made it look a little. I was like, oh, this is a lot creepier than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah.
But it was cool. I had a hot tub, had a fire pit, good
pit,
deck out there.
Used the hot tub twice, so that was pretty sick.
So yeah, it just made it a little bit more creepier than I was expecting.
It was actually really sick though. I like the location. We were right next to the lake, basically. Had a bed for everyone. Well, Alex had a pull-out.
Yeah,
pull-out bed, but
he was on the pull-out, and then I think he actually slept on the couch last night.
Oh, did he?
Because he fell asleep like that. I don't know if he moved down to the bed. Mm. But so Friday night, we were getting us situated and everything, and we didn't really. It was later. We got there at like 10:30, 11, so we didn't really have time to go to a grocery store or anything like that, and so it was.
You could have just done it quietly. I would have just done it.
Yeah, it's alright. We'll cut that part out. Alright, back. Alright, leave. So, we had to go find like a convenience store that was 24 hours because we were all like really,
I forgot about this.
We needed a ton of water. We were just so thirsty, and like we just ate at Chick-fil-A probably like 2 hours before that. But we were like a little hungry for snacks, and we wanted we were like really thirsty. So we were like, oh, we gotta find a place. So we found a 7-Eleven.
Well, we went to the Sunoco first.
Oh yeah, so we did find a Sunoco that said 24 hours, but then we realized it was like 24-hour gas pump. So it was like not a convenience store.
Mm-hmm.
And so after that we found the 7-Eleven and we showed up there, and that was 24 hours, so we're good. We're like rummaging through all the snacks. This is probably like what, 12:31.
It was right before 2. It was like 1:40.
Yeah, so
I believe.
We were rummaging through there. This guy's probably like, what are these guys doing? But we got some snacks, and there's a picnic table out there.
Right in front of the 7-Eleven.
Right in front of the 7-Eleven. Perfect for good community.
In the parking lot.
Yeah. And you wouldn't expect this, but even because it was late. But as we sat down at the picnic table, we were eating our snacks, drinking some water. I think you got a seltzer. Like a AHA,
seltzer water,
pineapple seltzer or something like that.
David Jr. and I split a box of Pop-Tarts.
Yeah, got some Pop-Tarts. I got Funyuns and some Reese's, so it was pretty healthy.
You shared the Reese's.
Nutritious. I split those in half with you. It was a king size.
Mm-hmm.
Generous guy. But yeah, and then these cars just start piling in. Like a group of like 6 people come out. This guy comes up to him and he's like, "Hey, my friends are in there. Do you mind if I sit down?"
He was like 23, 24 probably.
Yeah, and so he chilled with us. We were talking. He actually asked us a lot of weird questions.
A lot of very personal stuff.
It was just like one after the other. It was like, "Oh, what are you up here for? Oh, where are you? Oh, like what road?" Like just like random like personal questions where we were staying and stuff. And yeah, it was all right. It was friendly. Just a little weird that he was asking us like where we were staying and stuff. But
yeah, no, he was a cool guy. Then his friends came out, and we talked to them for a little bit.
We were talking, yeah. A few other people drove in and out. It was pretty lit.
For 2:00 in the morning in nowhere, Vermont.
Yeah, Dover or Wilmington or wherever we were at that point.
It was pretty busy.
It was pretty popping, but that was like the only thing that was open, probably within like a 20-mile radius. So
yeah, I would say so.
But it was fun. But yeah, then we had a pretty good adventure on the way back. So
we did.
Jeff's brother Norman drove all the way to Vermont in his car, and so when we did this, I was like, Norm, you know what? You just drove. I'll drive your car to 7-Eleven and back. So I drove for a total of probably 15 minutes the whole weekend.
Yeah.
And on the way back from 7-Eleven, we get pulled over. And I think he said he got me going 54 and a 35.
Yeah.
And the worst part about it was I didn't have my license on me. He said I didn't have my wallet. We had actually taken a cone.
Yes, we did.
From the 7-Eleven.
There was a little bit of thievery.
Yeah, Jeff.
Perhaps.
Here's an update on Jeff's theft log.
I forgot about this.
He's still stealing. So I'm probably going to fall down another set of stairs within a couple weeks. Or maybe something worse will happen to me. I don't know. We haven't figured that out yet.
Heading down a dark, dark path.
He's going to be in prison by the episode 7 or 8.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we had this cone in the back that we had stolen. It's going to be straight up with you guys. Because we didn't, yeah. So anyways, we have this cone in the back. This guy pulls us over, and he comes up, and he's like...
the cone was in the passenger seat. And then
it was with Norm. He was in the passenger seat, and then he handed it back to...
As soon as we saw the blue and red lights.
Oh, he handed it back. We should have just thrown it out the window or something like that.
And the thing is like 3.5, 4 feet tall. Maybe not quite that, but like at least 3 feet tall and like 15 pounds. So it's like a big cone. So it's like between my legs, sticking up like to my face.
Yeah, you can obviously. There's no way to conceal it.
Yeah.
So it was just an interesting. Yeah. So he pulls us over, and he comes up to the window, and I can't even like see his face, but he's just kind of like chill. He comes up and he's like, hey, you know why I pulled you over? And I was like, I don't even know what I said. I don't think I said anything. I think he just said it. He was like, oh, you're going 54 and a 35, and I was like, crap, like. So he goes in and he's like talking, and then he's like license and registration, and that's the cat food again. If you guys are used to that. But he's like asking me for license registration, and I'm like, yeah, funny thing, I don't have my wallet. And so I don't have my license on me. And he actually gave me like some crap. He's like, oh, like, why don't you have your wallet?
Yeah.
And I was like, I just left it at, and I like gave him, I was like, our Airbnb is 7 minutes away. I just forgot it there. I usually carry it, whatever. So then he comes back and he gives me like a written warning. He took forever.
Yeah.
So I thought for sure I was getting like this big long ticket. You know, I've been pulled over a few times in my day, so like I get it. That's what they do. But he comes back with like a written warning. He tells me that like he's giving me a written warning for the speed. Tells me to slow down. Then he tells me I get a verbal warning, but it's going to cost me $59. So I don't know what kind of warning.
Are you sure that's how
he said a verbal warning. He said, I'm going to give you a verbal warning for the
speed problem.
For the no. The written warning says speed on it. He said, I'm giving you the verbal warning for not having your identification with you, driving without identification, and I'm going to give you a written warning for the speed.
This doesn't make sense to me.
And then he said, the verbal warning is a $59 fine, and it has 2.5 points on your license. Which then we looked up, and it just means like if you get up to like 10 points, you get your license suspended.
So you're a quarter of the way there.
So yeah, I'm getting there. But that's just Vermont. So like, I don't know if it counts for like all states. If any of you guys know, let me know. But yeah, so now I have 2.5 points on my license for not carrying my ID around. It was an interesting night, but it was literally the only 15 minutes that I drove.
I find that so funny.
That we get pulled over. So
that happens to you.
Yeah, it brings me back, you know.
Yeah, I thought it was funny that the 5 of us were cramped, and it was you and Norm in the front 2 seats, which are you guys are probably the 2 smallest guys, as in like width,
pure mass.
And then it's Ricky and David on the outside, and me in the center with the cone between my legs.
It was a sight to see.
He shines the flashlight.
He definitely saw it, and I just think he was like, it's 2 a.m. I just want to get home.
Yeah,
like,
not to mention the very, very dark tints on the window.
Yeah, those were Norm's car. Yeah, so we broke a lot of laws, but I was the only one that was fined. So
it all worked out.
That's how it goes. Yeah, it works out for the boys, you know. I had to take one for the boys.
Mm-hmm.
I told Norm, I said, I took this ticket for you, man. I needed him to know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it actually reminds me of, I don't think I've ever shared this on the pod. It reminds me of when, that one time I got arrested.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
All right, I'll say it quick.
Yeah, you should say that.
Yeah. So, this is a couple months ago in December. I am driving home from my friend Greg's house. We had a great time. We were watching, I think, The Mandalorian or Boba Fett, some Star Wars show that came on every Wednesday. I'd go over his house. We'd order like sushi or something and watch the show together. Mm-hmm. It was a good time. And I'm heading back. It's probably like 10 a.m. Or sorry, 10 p.m., not 10 a.m. Idiot. It's probably 10 p.m., not too late. And I'm driving back and I see the sirens in the back. And the same feeling. I'm like, oh man, they got me speeding or something like that. You know, I'm just a speed demon. Just love, need for speed, you know? So I'm like, whatever. So, but then he pulls past me, and I'm like, oh, and for like 2 seconds, I get this moment of relief. Oh man, they're just going to a call or something like that.
Yeah.
But then in my rear view, it might have been my side mirror, at my driver's side mirror, I look and I see like 2 other sets of sirens, and I'm like, oh, they're probably gonna pass me too. But the guy that passed me, like, did one of those things where he like went in front of me and like slammed his brakes into like the side, so I can't go anymore. I'm like, what's going on? So then he gets out of his car, he's got his hand on his holster, and he's like, keep your hands on the wheel! And I'm like, and in my head, I'm like, what, did I hit someone? Like, did I just kill someone? And then every crime that I ever committed in my whole 27 years of life just popped in my head where I was like,
they got me.
Yeah, like, they finally got me on this. Like, how did they know? Because it was just wild. So then he comes over, opens my door, pulls me out, like, turns me around, starts putting cuffs on me, reads me my rights, like, brings me to the back of the car, puts me on the back of the car. So to set the scene, there's 3 cop cars in total. One has a spotlight, like, on me. So you can clear as day see who I am. And I'm handcuffed to the back of my car. There's 5 total police officers. 5. So, like, I'm like, dude, what? And every time I ask them, like, why am I being detained or why am I being arrested? And all they say is, we're asking the questions here, son. And I'm like, what? Like, what's going on? So I'm like handcuffed to the back of the car. They're asking me all these questions, blah blah blah. Where were you? Who are you with? All this stuff. I give them the answers, and they're like denying me. So I'm like, oh, I was on Glen Rain Road, and that's where my friend Greg lives. They're like, no, you're not. No, you weren't. And I was like, bro, what? Like, I just didn't know what to say. I was like, I was though.
Yeah.
And then instead of like, they would just like ask another question, like, oh, who are you with? And I'd be like, oh, my friend, like I said, my friend Greg. And they're like, no, you weren't. I was like, yes, I was. Like, what do you mean I wasn't? So I'm like getting frustrated, but also like they were pretty aggressive and I was compliant, so I didn't want to like push back at all.
Yeah.
So finally they get up and they ask me if I know this kid. I'm not going to say his name, but I did know him from playing basketball years ago. So, and I'm thinking in my head like, oh man, like maybe they know this kid and it's like, maybe it's my good alibi. This is how I get out of this. So I'm thinking, I'm like, oh yeah, I know him for sure. And then they start asking me like more aggressive questions like, when's the last time you saw him? Have you texted him today? And I'm like, oh crap, like this is not a good thing that I know this guy.
Yeah.
Long story short, they like they're asking me if I can search my car, all this crap, and they like rip my hat off, like looking in there like for drugs or something. It's like in the middle of winter. I was freezing cold. It was probably like not negative. It was probably like in the teens to low like single digits. Pretty cold that day. It was like the middle of December at like 10 p.m.
Yeah.
So I'm like freezing. I only have like thin sweatpants, and I do have my winter jacket on and a winter hat. But like my car had just started, so it wasn't warm. So I was still cold. And they're like, why's your leg shaking? You a little nervous there? And I'm like, bro, it's like 15 degrees out, and I'm cold. And he's like, okay, yeah, okay. But they're just being like this, and they're like, yeah. So they searched my car. But anyways, long story short, apparently I matched the description of a drug dealer that they were trying to catch. It was like a mile away from the drop spot. It was like within a 15-minute time frame of when it was supposed to happen. I drove the same car as the guy, or very similar at least. Like all this stuff, like I fit like the description when they like saw me. Like it was like the same like beard, like around like 5'11" when they pulled me out, like around like the same description as this guy. So I fit the description of this guy, and it was I was just in the wrong time at the wrong space.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they end up like finally taking my cuffs off after like 40 minutes of like just interrogating me. Yeah, it was bad. They finally were just like, they didn't even apologize. They were just like, yeah, I guess we have nothing to hold you on, so like we're gonna let you go. And
I guess you can leave.
I know. I was like, what?
You're not gonna say I'm sorry.
I know. And dude, when I tell you the adrenaline that comes from being handcuffed, is something that I crave. I think about it daily. I want that adrenaline. I was kind of tired. I wasn't like fall asleep at the wheel tired, but I was kind of tired. And after that, I was like, oh man, I could run like 6 miles right now.
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
Man, every time I hear that story, it never gets old.
Yeah.
That is.
I did need to share it with just to show you guys that my luck is not, especially with the police force. They just don't like me.
But it could have been a lot worse. Not that night. That night was pretty bad, but last night or whatever.
No, it could have been. The guy, he gave me, like I said, just gave me 2 warnings and I guess a fine that I might have to pay if he sent it to me. But he didn't give it to me right then.
Yeah.
He just said it was going to cost us. So maybe I get it in the mail or maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that was kind of lame. But then we got back, really just settled in.
It was a good time. Yeah, we got everything settled, and then the next day, what did we do? We kind of just chilled out. Ricky and a few of them guys, Scott, Duncan.
Yep.
So we chilled, and then the whole day we kind of just hung out, played some
grocery
cards.
shopping.
Oh, we went grocery shopping. Yeah.
Grilled
some burgers and dogs, some glizzies,
some
as they
glizzies,
say.
Yeah. Those glizzies go down easy.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Shared some funny stories.
Yeah. A lot of male bonding. A lot of testosterone.
It was a good boys trip.
No, it was fantastic. Really had a great time. Yeah, and so just kind of hung out Saturday. Then this morning, which is Sunday, packed up, cleaned the house really well because it was disgusting.
Yeah, I cleaned up the night before a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was, you know, you get 6 guys together,
It's gonna be
having
messy.
a good time, you know, it's gonna be messy.
But then we went to the Rooster. What is
Oh
it, the
man,
Rooster?
no, the Roost.
Man,
What a joke of an establishment, let me tell you.
I have never seen you so ticked off inside an establishment.
Dude, well, first of all, so let me tell you, I kind of explained this to you a little bit, but not really in full detail, so that we could share it on this beautiful pod that we do together. But the night before, I'm talking to Ricky, and I'm like, oh, what do you want to do tomorrow? And he's like, oh, you know, maybe we should do something like nicer than Dunkin' Donuts. I was like, yeah, for sure. Let's, you know, I would love to do something, get like pancakes or something like that. Like go to like a diner or something.
That does sound nice.
And so in my head, I was like, well, that's what we're gonna do. And then the morning comes, and again, we were like, Ricky was like, oh, I found this place, and we looked at it, and it looked like they had really good pancakes, and I was like, oh man, like I'm just so hyped for these flapjacks, so hype. And we get to the place we're going to, and there's like one table. Remember that? It was like
it was a round table.
It was like we were in
at the United Nations
Yeah.
having a conference.
or like Arthur, like King Arthur was gonna like grab this stone and Excalibur or whatever from the stone.
Yeah, it was like everyone was eating together, sitting around one huge round table.
There's only 3 chairs open, 6 of us, and the lady was like, "Oh yeah, soon." And then it was like blazing hot in there, so we were all like, all right, let's go find another place.
Yeah.
So I typed in another place. We go there, but it's packed. So we're like, you know, we went to this place the day before, this Roost place, just to get coffee. And I think someone got some fries or something like that. But it was just a coffee stop, so we didn't actually eat any food there. So we're like, oh, let's just go there for breakfast. We walk in. It's 11:09.
Yep. On the dot.
11:09. I walk in. We're about to I'm looking at the breakfast menu, and right below it just says, sorry, we stopped serving breakfast at 11 a.m.
Smiley face.
Yeah, with a stupid smiley face that did not portray how they really felt about us. So anyway, we're like, all right, well, I guess this is like our only... We had to do our tux fitting today for Jeff's wedding.
Yep.
So we were like, all right, we don't have too much time to like go sit somewhere, so we're like, I guess we'll just eat here.
Bit of a tight schedule.
But I look on the menu, right? And I see there's like a burger with an egg on it, and I'm like, okay, they still make eggs. And my thought is like, all right, well, like they definitely like, it's not like they just got like they sold out of bagels.
Yeah.
So I'm like, and you know, burgers also have cheese and bacon. So my thought is, hey, it's 9 minutes past, but they still have the ingredients, and it wasn't super busy.
No, it wasn't. It really wasn't packed.
So I'm thinking they could make me a bacon, egg, and cheese on a bagel.
Yeah.
And I would take, I don't really like too many bagels. I usually do plain.
Yeah.
But if they had like a poppy seed, I would have just done it. But no, so I go up to the counter, and I'm like, hey, listen, do you think you could make me a bacon, egg, and cheese? And then they just come up with the dumbest excuses you've ever heard. They're like, oh, well, we can't make eggs actually because the griddle, it doesn't fit on the griddle. And it's like for lunch food, you know, and all this stuff. Like we just can't make the eggs. But one of the burgers that they sell for lunch has an egg. And I asked them, I'm like, oh, so does this burger come with an egg still? And she's like, oh yeah.
A fried egg, yeah.
Oh yeah, fried egg. I'm like, what? So you can fry the egg for the burger, but not my bacon, egg, and cheese.
And then she was like, yeah, we can't do bagels either.
And I'm like, and in my head, I'm like, bro, if you have bagels, are you going to wait and throw them out? Or like use old bagels tomorrow? Like, what? It was just like the laziest set. And she was like, this lady who's like, was taking my order was kind of like trying to be nice.
She was actually very nice.
Yeah.
I liked her.
But the lady, there's a girl behind her.
2 of them. There were 2.
Yeah. And they were just sitting there. They weren't even
like,
doing anything.
Micromanaging her.
Yeah. And then she was like, yeah, we can't do bagels either. And then like, so fast forward a little bit, we're going to come back to this. Fast forward a little bit, you walk away, she's just standing in the back, like crouched over, like not doing anything. Like oh man, like Jeff said, I was heated. I asked her and I kept trying to argue, like, listen, can I, like, this doesn't make any sense. And then I was like, I what did I say? Like, I was ticked off or something like that.
You were you tried to order the first time. Well, you said, all right, I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna try and order the bacon, egg, and cheese, whatever. So I was like, all right, well, you go before me then. I'll see what they say, and maybe I'll do that too. And you have that whole debate with her.
You just wanted to see my demise.
I really did.
Yeah, not because you wanted one, just because you wanted to see my...
Trust me, I wanted one. And, lost my train of thought. And then, okay, so you had that debate, and then you were like, you know what, now I'm pissed. To the woman at the counter, and then you walked away. You were like, I need to come back.
And then I did clarify after I said, listen, I'm not pissed with you. I'm just pissed because I wanted the sandwich. And so again, reiterate, I was expecting pancakes. Then I said, you know what? I will settle for a breakfast sandwich. And then I had to get a freaking Philly cheesesteak
at 11:15
at 11:15 a.m. with a coffee. It was, and because the only thing they had were Philly cheesesteaks or burgers.
Yeah.
And I had burgers literally the whole day on Saturday. Oh man, it was a mess.
Yeah. It was really funny. I've never seen you quite that mad. I thought we were gonna have an event.
Yeah.
In the Rooster, or whatever the name is.
The Roost.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't go there either.
Yeah, the coffee was bad. I didn't like the coffee. The burger and the fries were good.
No, I will say, to give them a little bit of credit, the Philly cheesesteak was not bad. It actually tasted pretty good. They had good food. It was like all organic and like whatever. Like they did good. Yeah. But they were just like, I mean, like I've worked at a restaurant, and I've worked every position at a restaurant. Like at Sweet Evelina's where I worked. Yep. If you went in there and it was past the breakfast time, as long as nothing like for breakfast there they would like poach eggs. Yeah. But that like took a specific like pan or pot or whatever, and that was clean already. So whatever. But we made eggs and put them on the burgers too. If someone was like, "Hey, can I get some scrambled eggs?" My boss would have been like, "If you're gonna pay for them, yeah." You know, it's just like that's how you do it. Like you want to make some money. I got the ingredients. It's not a hassle. Like if they didn't have egg on the burger, I get it. You know, you can't cook the egg because it's not enough room on the grill. You don't want to go out of the whatever. But if you're gonna cook the egg for the burger, like why wouldn't you just do it for the sandwich, the breakfast sandwich?
It was funny.
You know what I mean?
It was funny because after the whole first time you tried to order happened, then you were like, all right, I'm mad. And then you came back and you were like, so I see the kiwi burger there. That has an egg on it, right? And she was like, oh yeah, fried egg. And you were like, oh, okay. I'll have a regular burger.
I asked her about the burger, and then I was like, all right, I'll have the Philly cheesesteak.
Okay, yeah.
Because I just wanted to confirm that they were all dummies.
You wanted to shove it in their face.
Oh, yeah, I just wanted them to know that I knew that their logic was
stupid,
idiotic.
I kind of felt bad for the girl at the register, but the two girls behind her were not friendly.
They were not friendly. They didn't do anything. I didn't even, like, the girl that brought the food out wasn't even one of them. Like, what were they doing? Like, just managing? Like,
it was so bad. I went back up to get ketchup because apparently they can't have ketchup out anywhere, so you can just get it for yourself. Dude, you have to go back through the line and get more ketchup.
I'm planning. I would love to go back there and just like burn the place down. Just kidding. Let me just put that out there. It's a total joke, but I would probably do it.
Yeah, those two girls were the worst. I was like, hey, sorry to bother you, to the nice girl in the front. Yeah, she was like, no, not a bother at all. I was like, can I just have a little bit more ketchup? And the two women behind her that were like micromanaging her, they gave me the worst side eye. They were like,
they were probably like, I wouldn't be surprised if they were like, that's gonna cost 50 cents or like something like that, because like, oh man, it just grinded my gears. If it was just the girl at the cash register and she was like, I'm really sorry, this is all I can do, I'd be like, you know what, that's totally fine. But
because she was so nice.
Yeah, and then but if the people behind, they had to Oh man, it was just a poorly run business. I'm gonna report them to the Better Business Bureau.
Write a Google review.
Yeah.
That girl, she took it off the chin though. She was like, I'm sorry, whatever. We just can't. And you know that it was the two women behind her that were the difficult ones. But she like handled your little outburst well.
It was definitely another fit. I know I said about Town Fair Tire a couple episodes ago, but I did have another fit.
It wasn't as bad as Town Fair Tire.
Oh no, but that's because they deserved that one.
That
this
was
girl
so
did not
bad.
deserve my sass.
Yeah.
But I was just, when I fixate on some good pancakes, pancakes are my favorite breakfast food. I love IHOP.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorite restaurants.
Fair.
That's kind of trashy to say, but I love IHOP. So when I was fixated on pancakes, and then I had to settle for breakfast sandwiches, and then I had to settle for a Philly cheesesteak, it was just done. I was done for the day.
Yeah. Yeah, that was tough. But eventually we got out of there after a couple of having to go back through the really, really long line that formed while we were eating to get a cookie.
Yeah, so we got the cookie. One of Jeff's friends was a little pushy to get out of there, but we calmed him right down. We're good. For no reason, we don't know why.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And then we took the trek home, got to the tux fitting, and now we're here. And I was fine until now, but now I'm totally exhausted.
Yeah. It hits you different when you plop down on the couch. I'll tell you. I was extremely exhausted on the car ride, but then I fell asleep for like 2 30-minute increments. And ever since then, I feel alive.
Yeah.
And I had a Mountain Dew when I got back here. I drank probably a total of 8 Mountain Dews in the past 2 days, which is awful for me.
Do the do, baby.
Yeah, you got to do the do sometimes. This is not an ad read or anything.
Yeah.
But I would. So Mountain Dew, if you're watching this, do the do.
Hit me up.
Yeah, I'm a big Dew guy, but yeah, it was a good time. What was give me the number one highlight of your weekend?
Well, it was all amazing, really. So thank you for facilitating it, and just really the best company. I think we all grew a lot closer, bonded a lot.
You're gonna make me cry.
Good. Now we're all boys. Now it's not just Jeff's friends that you saw. We're all friends.
Yeah.
We're all boys.
Yeah, it was good. It was good to get Ricky.
Mm-hmm.
We went to the casino once together, and we kind of bonded there. But this was like a better bond.
Yeah, it's different.
And Alex, we were a little frustrated with Alex. I'll be honest. If you're listening to this, Alex, I love you now. But yeah, so we all became close, and then Norm, David.
Mm-hmm.
I knew them pretty well, but
Yeah.
we're on a closer, different level now.
Yeah, I would say definitely the go-karts, number one. That was awesome.
I'm glad. I
love that.
I'm glad.
I totally love that. And just like the game of poker, just like sitting down, hanging out with everybody, laughing. Like I haven't laughed that much. It feels like years.
It was a good time.
So really, just hanging out with everybody was the 5 closest men to me.
You know what we didn't mention yet?
What's that?
This caterpillar on my face.
Oh yeah, the mustache.
If you're watching the video, if you're not watching the video, you're listening to this on Spotify or Apple Music or whatever. What you can't see is right now I just have a mustache.
As do I.
Same with Jeff.
As do all of us.
All the people we did it for Jeff. We did it for Tom Cruise.
Yep.
We did it for Miles Teller. We did it for them.
So Miles, if you're watching.
Miles, if you're watching this, I love you, man. Yeah, so we have mustaches, and it doesn't look the greatest, but I'll tell you.
No, it looks good.
It shows. Just stop.
Looks good.
Listen,
Looks good.
It's just a testament to the love that I have for my brother here, Jeffrey.
Yep.
Because I had a beard that I love a lot, and I've never shaved it off. I grew it when I was 20 years old, and it's been on my face one time I trimmed it a little too low, but I never shaved it completely off.
Yeah.
And so I did that for him, and now I have to wait for it to grow back, which it'll be a week or two to get to like a low setting, you know, for it. It's already kind of, the shadow's already in.
Yeah.
Which is nice. I'm probably going to shave this bad boy off.
You know what's going to be weird is seeing you with just stubble. When you shave the mustache and you don't have any hair on your face besides a little bit of stubble, that's going to be weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, big mustache guy. So
big mustache guy. We were straight out of Top Gun.
Yeah,
really. True. We were all handsome, young, strapping lads with mustaches.
Look out for us in Top Gun 3.
Yeah, Top Gun 3, the mission to get Jeff married.
Yeah, also my cowboy shirt. I'm stoked about that too.
Oh yeah, it's a nice cowboy shirt.
It's another video-only perk.
Yeah. So watch the video. It's on YouTube at How I Met My Brother Pod.
Yep.
If you search that, top of the list.
Mm-hmm. And then there's a ton of stories that I would love to share, but I think most of what happens in Vermont stays in Vermont.
Oh yeah.
So it wasn't a lame bachelor party by any means.
No. No, we had a good time.
But we're gonna keep this.
We're gonna keep that to us, you know. Yeah, the show is How I Met My Brother, not how I bailed my brother out of prison.
Yeah, that did happen too.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, no, we'll keep those. We'll keep those with us forever. But
yeah, so really just a great time. Thank you.
Yeah, it was great.
Mm-hmm.
It was great. Yeah, but
I don't know. You wanna get out of here?
I kind of want to ask. I want to ask you one other thing, and it kind of ties into the bachelor party vibe.
Okay.
And that is because I kind of thought about this during the weekend, which I didn't share because I was like, this would be good to wrap up the pod.
All right, I like that.
So if there was ever, it's gonna get a little gloomy for a second.
Good.
If there was ever a nuclear war, the first question would be, what would you do? Like, you only have, let's say you only had 9 hours. You knew that it was gonna launch. And it was coming for us, and we were in the strike zone. Like, what would you do? And then the second question, which I'll say again after you answer the first one, is if you were with the boys, or like you wanted to meet up with the boys, like where would you meet up, and like what would you do together?
Wow, that is gloomy.
Like the second question is like you have no like you're not going to see your family, you're not going to see your wife or your fiance or whatever. You're strictly like what are the boys gonna do? Because it's different.
Wow.
Obviously, like the first one's gonna be like, oh, I want to go, like meet up with my parents, or maybe not. But I'm just like the second one is boys only.
Oh man, I don't know. Do you have an idea? That's a loaded question.
It is loaded. So I thought about it a lot. I'll give you a second.
Good.
But by myself, I would probably go see my parents.
I thought that wasn't part of it.
No, this is the first question.
Oh, okay, it's a two-part question. I got you.
You didn't listen.
I did.
Jeff never listens. Guys.
I'm really tired.
He never listens to me. Anyways, I would go see my parents, say goodbye, but only for like 20 minutes.
Okay, yeah, that's all they deserve. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I would probably like just do something like insane, kind of like how we talked about the Purge. Like, yeah. I would probably do something like, I'd probably like go like just crazy. I'd probably steal a bunch of stuff like ATVs and like just go like ride around and like just cause trouble. Probably go to like buy a parachute and like jump off like the Empire State Building. Probably give me enough time to do that. Because like buying a parachute is probably like 20 minutes, 30 minutes out of the way.
A real industrial grade parachute.
Yeah, I'll steal it actually because it's the end
Where
of the
would
world.
you find that?
I don't know, Dick's Sporting Goods.
I don't think so.
I don't know, maybe like Cabela's.
I don't think so.
There's got to be a shop out there on the way to New York City.
I don't buy it, but okay.
All right, well I'm gonna find it.
No,
there is. I know exactly where it's. Parachutes R Us, right outside of the city, Middletown.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, you've seen that, right? Yeah. So I'd go there, grab that, go to the Empire State Building, jump off, probably die. Because I don't know how a parachute works, to be honest.
And then the rest of the 7 hours, I guess you don't have to live through.
No, like it'd probably take me 3 hours. I don't know, but I wouldn't want to just like sit there and be like, I'm I'm with my family and we're gonna watch the bomb hit us. Like, that's stupid. Like, go do something crazy with, like, live, you know?
I gotta think I'm going out swinging. Like, I'm trying to get, like, a plane and fly away, or I'm on a boat, or I'm on a motorcycle, just...
Trying to get out of there?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So you're going this route that's, like, get the family and, like, just get away from the States.
Yep.
See, you probably, and with 9 hours, you could definitely, you'd have to, like, steal something, though.
That's fine.
And
what are you gonna do?
Yeah, just a commercial jet.
Mm-hmm.
Take it.
Learn how to fly at YouTube.
Yeah. Listen, I mean, you either die here or die in the air.
Yeah, right.
Or you could just fly right over the ocean and jump out if you're about to crash. With the inflatable things. Imagine jumping out of an airplane with one of those inflatable boats that they have on there.
Yeah, that would be crazy. I don't know.
Alright, so now switch to the boys.
Okay, so we would meet at, I would say, probably Mohegan Sun. Hit up the blackjack, Texas Hold'em tables, drain all of our savings accounts, and just put it all on red, and then.
All on red? Dude, I think I'd go up if I do blackjack.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would do. I mean,
but then what if you won like a couple $1 million because you were just like you were hitting?
Then you find whatever nuclear shelter that the natives built in Mohegan Sun and hide.
They definitely have one under there. Like, they're straight up. They're probably like hiding like something down there. Probably like artifacts and gold or something like that.
I'm telling you, they have some stuff.
Oh,
that's definitely nuclear bomb proof. So that's what we would be doing after 6 hours of gambling. We would try to find that. And, you know,
not a bad choice.
Yeah,
not a bad choice.
Do a couple of rain dances, maybe make it happen.
Yeah, a couple of rain dances. Yeah, I think I'd say the boys would meet. I don't know where we would meet. I'd probably say like the Walmart parking lot to meet. And then what we would do is we'd get, what I'd like to do is joust with our cars. So get a jousting big long stick like the medieval times and just drive as fast as you can and just try to joust each other.
I'm with that.
That'd be fun. And then if you die, like whatever, you're going to die in 6 hours anyway.
Maybe steal some supercars and run them on a course somewhere.
Yeah, maybe, maybe like stop for 10 minutes and like have a funeral for them, like. In remembrance, but like we're all gonna die in 7 hours anyway, you know. So, but yeah, I think I'd do that, or maybe I don't know, just something like crazy.
I feel that, yeah.
You got, like you said, I don't know if I even try. I don't even know if I would try to get away.
I would,
because
there's no way I could just sit here for 9 hours.
No. I mean, like, not just sit here.
I know, but knowing that you're gonna only have 9 hours left.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've got to try and escape.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It would it'd be kind of a sad thing. That's why you'd have to like do something fun. I think.
Fair.
But yeah, at first when you said go out swinging, I thought you were gonna be like, I'd get in the fastest jet they have, like fly to Russia, take down the government, like go out like, you know, really swinging, you know.
That's way too noble of me. I'm really just training myself.
I thought you were like Maverick, but maybe you're just kind of like what's that dude's name that didn't get to go on the mission because Rooster took his spot?
I don't remember.
The jerk.
Now. Yeah.
You know, you're more like that guy, I guess. You're not like Rooster. You wouldn't do that.
Well.
But you kind of look like Miles Teller.
I know. Thank you. That's what everybody was saying, really. I got a lot of compliments.
Yeah.
The woman at the diner.
Did someone actually say that?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Oh, man.
Besides you guys.
No, yeah. Yeah, Jeff sent us these photos of him.
Shirtless
with aviators on and, like, doing the same poses that Miles Teller does, like, in the Top Gun, like, photo shoots. It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Funny guy over here.
That's what I'm going for.
Yeah, but I think that's a good point right there. Good Bachelor weekend, recap.
Yeah, it was amazing.
It was a good time.
Really good time.
But
yeah, I need to go sleep for 15 hours.
Yeah, you need to sleep. You need to get some rest, buddy. You think you have a razor that could trim this up a little bit?
Hey, if it were up to me, that would stay on for the rest of your life.
No,
So no, I don't.
Stop it. Anyways, you guys know where to find us. Instagram, TikTok, How I Met My Brother Pod. Email us at howimetmybrotherpod@gmail.com. Like, subscribe on YouTube and also on Apple Music or Spotify, wherever you're listening. Give us 5 stars, throw us some love, share us on social media. We love the support. We're blown away by what support we do have now. It's a good time. So we appreciate it, guys.
They nada, baby.
Hey, freaking nada.